Every time you launch a new project, whether it's a SaaS app or a digital product, you instantly inherit a second full-time job, running the business. The hardest part of building something on your own isn't writing the code, it's managing the endless flood of marketing, onboarding, and customer support. I'm facing this right now. I'm just launching my newest project, stiltwalker.net. It's an event directory where event planners can hire professional stiltwalkers. So today I'm ranking the 5 best AI automations for a one-person business, showing you how to turn your favorite LLM into an autonomous business manager to run a site like stiltwalker.net on Autopilot. I partnered with Zapier for this video because they have 2 tools that make it super simple to build AI workflows. So I'm going to go over to this MCP servers here. So the tools are Zapier MCP, or the Model Context Protocol, and their AI Actions SDK. Instead of building isolated agents in a separate dashboard, the Zapier MCP serves as an extension of the local LLM environment you already use, like Cloud Desktop or OpenClaw. It's going to securely bridge the gap between your chat prompt and the actual API execution, which can give your AI direct tool call access to Zapier's 9,000 plus app integrations. So let me show you exactly how this looks. I'm going to click Claude to connect to Claude Desktop. So I'm just going to put in this prompt that tells Claude to set up the MCP server. And Claude's basically finding it for me, which makes it super simple to set up. I had to go to connectors and settings to get it connected, and now it's working. And I can basically say that I want to always allow Zapier within Claude. And I have a few things that I can use within Claude now, but let me add some more. I'm going to add another app through Zapier that Claude will be able to access. I'm going to connect to Notion. And then I'm going to choose which ones I want to connect and then just click Connect. And then I can connect Notion. And then I just have to choose which page in Notion it can access. And it's one that I've already created within Notion. And then I can add the tools. So let's start talking about the automation. So coming in at number 5 is the content pipeline. To get event planners to the site, I need SEO content. So instead of manually moving data around, I just open up my LLM and then I can prompt it to research industry trends. So I'm going to say research the top 3 event planning corporate entertainment trends for 2026, write a comprehensive blog post outline, then use Zapier to save this outline as a new item in my Stiltwalker blog ideas database in Notion. So since Zapier's connected via MCP, it will now also be connected to Notion. Okay, it's done. And if I go over to Zapier, I can see it right here. And now we can see the blog idea saved right to Notion. Okay, the number 4 automation is the social lead finder. First, I'm going to connect another app to Zapier. I'm connecting HubSpot. And so I just went through the whole setup to connect HubSpot. So the social lead finder, when I want to find new customers, I don't want to hunt manually or build custom scrapers. I open my AI editor, and then I'm just going to tell Claude to basically search for leads, search for people who are hiring circus entertainment. Okay, now that it's found some potential leads, I'm just going to say use Zapier to add as many of these as possible as contacts in HubSpot CRM. And it figures out what actions are needed to do what I ask for, and it even can enable new actions. And it's done. And look at all these contacts right in HubSpot. So now there's all these people I can contact for my business. Okay, the number 3 good automation is for provider onboarding. This is where I'm going to use the Zapier SDK here in my own backend code for background tasks. So for this code, which you can get a link to in the description, when a Stiltwalker pays their listing fee via Stripe, my server catches the webhook and passes the data to a local TypeScript file. My code hits the Gemini API to write a highly personalized welcome message, and then uses the Zapier SDK to automatically execute the Gmail send and update my Postgres database. It makes things so much easier. And just a note, this is basically a sample version of the code that I do have linked to in the description. So let me show you how it works. I'm going to click join a performer. If someone clicks join as performer, and then we'll put the name, and I can put an email address, and then just pay. We have some sample card details already in here, and then we pay, and it says Stripe webhook fired. And we can see in our terminal here from our server that it's doing everything. Basically, it generated this preview using the Gemini API, and then it's using the Zapier SDK to process the email. And then if I go into my email, I can see this was successfully sent from one of my email addresses to another one of my email addresses. And it actually created this entire email with the Gemini API. Now, before getting this to work, I did have to create a connection and add my Gmail account. So I just go to add connection Gmail, and then you can get logged in and get that to work. Okay, this brings us to our number 2 automation and where MCP really shines, the lead triage workflow. So often an event planner submits a contact form that just says like, need entertainment for a party next week. Instead of dealing with it manually, I can open up Claude Desktop, or if you're using another LM interface, you can use any of them. And I'm just going to say, check out my latest typeform submissions with Zapier. And then I'll just submit that. So I did have to already connect typeform through the Zapier MCP. Pretty straightforward, just like the other ones I showed you. And now it is finding the results of my typeform submissions. There's been one submission since the last time I checked. So through Zapier MCP, the AI fetches the form data. And then I can still tell it something like, if the lead provided a location, search my database for stilt walkers within 50 miles and draft an email introducing those specific numbers. The AI can evaluate the context and execute the database search and the Gmail draft directly from my prompt window, all just through using the Zapier MCP. Okay, now let's go over the number 1 automation, which is basically tying it all together, the business command center. Because Zapier MCP connects to everything, I can use my LM as a unified command line interface for my entire business. So every morning I can say something like, good morning, give me the stillwalker.net daily briefing, retrieve Stripe revenue metrics for this week, and search Gmail for urgent support queries. And then I can just submit that. And now, using MCP tool calls, it queries my Stripe account for revenue and Gmail for urgent support tickets, and it can give me a single prioritized rundown of what code I need to fix and what business decisions I need to make. Check out the link in the description to try Zapier MCP and give your LLM access to your entire tech stack. Thanks for watching.